How much of a man are you? This phrase is now considered toxic and something that should never be said. But if you look carefully at what it means, it represents how much pain you are able to handle, how much you are willing to endure. Simply put, are you ready to pay the cost for being a man? The fundamental difference between men and women is that men have to prove their worth, and women don't. If you are a man, you are recognized by your success. If you don't at least attempt to outshine the competition around, the world becomes your enemy. Society will label you as irrelevant. Women will ignore you. You'll enter a stage of self-hate until your existence becomes unbearable. The game of success is mandatory for every man who begins after adulthood. Let's look at some harsh realities of the cost of being a man. Firstly, participating in the game of success is mandatory for you. You might think, what? Does this mean that I have no room for happiness and enjoyment? The answer to that is no. Instead of hating the game of success, learn to enjoy it. Enjoy the game. As the name suggests, it's a game. In fact, your whole life is a game. You will come across different characters with different strengths and specialties, but your main goal is to level up yourself. Equip your character with top-class knowledge, skills, and go dominate the market. To no surprise, as a man you will have to start proving yourself as soon as you reach the age of 18. Even earlier in some countries. For example, in some countries, men have to prove themselves at the age of 5. Since they are men, hence they are the only source of income for their family, and the responsibility of providing for the family falls on them. But here's the catch. Don't mix up being a provider with being successful, because many men provide for their family, but only a few are successful. In one of our recent community posts, we asked why most men fail and are never successful. Some of you asked the right question, which is, how do you define success in the first place? In short, people around you will define success as wealth. Simply put, it's the amount of money, power, and status that you hold. But if you were to judge yourself based on this definition, then a kid born rich is largely more successful than you. The right measure of success is your value. Even though money, power, and status might sound too materialistic. But again, they play a big role in the game of success that you must learn to play. So by all means, attract them and use them to your advantage, but to be really successful, you must grow in value. This means the value you bring to yourself and the value you bring to others. For example, let's say there are two people called John and Albert. Mr. John is filthy rich but spends it all on alcohol and Pornhub Premium. Albert, on the other hand, makes a modest income but uses it for his gym membership, custom-made diet plans, and to give back to others. In this example, who is more successful? Judging by the world's standard, it's John. In fact, if you were to compare the Instagram profiles of both of these men, even you would agree that John is far more successful. But ask yourself again, who brings the most value to themselves and to those around them? Now, the answer is much more clear as to which man is successful. Once again, don't use this as an excuse to not make more money, but put value higher on your success definition than all the other factors. So all in all, value, money, power, and status are the key elements that collectively make up the word success. So if you apply it in a sentence, a high-value man should be competent enough to earn money and use it to buy power and status. Remember, the game of success is highly competitive, and you have no time. The Pareto principle already suggests that the odds are piled against you. But the only element that can shift the odds of success in your favor is time. The first step is to realize that you are a man, and that means you need to play the game of success. So where do you begin? Simple. Start by studying yourself. Like I said before, imagine you are a character in a video game. I want you to study your character and your personality. Identify your strengths and weakness. Determine your apex values. Verify that your strengths align with your extreme values. Now, sacrifice all other things in your life that don't help you reach your apex values. For example, you realize that money is a major issue you need to focus on. Then, the first step is to look at your setting. Will the formal education schooling system help you reach that goal? If not, then begin looking outside. Remember, it's a game, so keep it fun and enjoy the journey. Look at other characters that teach you the techniques and help you level up. Find a mentor who has already been where you want to go and replicate their exact formulas. Same goes for value. If you study your character and find that you lack the ability to give value to others, then work on your social credibility. One of the biggest things you must learn as a man is to make sacrifices if you want to win in this game of life and success. Your future success is based on the sacrifice you make to your present luxuries. The cost of success is to suffer every day. But once again, remember it's a game, and as such learn to enjoy this suffering as well. For example, one sacrifice you must make to have higher status in the sexual marketplace is to give up on physical comfort. Whether it's raining, cold, you feel like it or don't feel like it, you have to hit the gym regardless. At first you might not feel like doing it, but fake it till you make it. Convince yourself that you really want to be there. Convince yourself that you really want to make friends. Convince yourself that you are really interested in what they have to say, and slowly you will morph into this person who is all-round masculine and high value. This is what it means to enjoy the game and enjoy the cost of being a man. If you refuse to play the success game, you will be looked down upon and be labeled as a failure. But if you play it and win, you will spend the rest of your life securing your position. Here's the fun part. Just deciding to play the game already puts you ahead of 99% of men around you. By simply committing to this game to become high value, your odds of winning are sky high. So don't wish to escape the sufferings, but learn to enjoy them, because success is already in our favor. By the way, brothers, don't forget to show some love. Tap that subscribe button and hit like for the algorithm. To see the next best way to level up as a man, watch these videos here.